Okay, it got saved. All right. Yes, in computer science, there's this concept of graceful degeneration. Okay, yeah, computer may crash, but less. Yeah, software can crash, but graceful degeneration. Okay, let's just make it better. Okay, so even if this computer crashes or this recording software crashes, make it not as bad. Okay, yeah, you may lose about 2 seconds of footage, but automatic automatic saving every 2 seconds. Okay, they should do that. Huh? Come on, giving you some ideas. All right, now, so strategy number one, you change other person who disagree with you in order to minimize the pain and suffering comes from disagreement. Strategy number one, yeah, you change the other person. If that doesn't work, strategy number two, you change yourself to be like that person who disagree with you. Now, why? Because you have control over yourself. Maybe you used to be anti-gayist. You cannot change the other person. You cannot change the world. You cannot change the world or the other person to become anti-gayist like you are, right? What do? You compromise. You change yourself because you can control yourself. You can change yourself, but you cannot change the world. You cannot control the world. You cannot change the other person because the other person have free will, God-given free will, constitutional right to freedom. Okay, yeah, you tried, but that person wouldn't budge. It's pro-gayist, but you yourself is within your control. You can change yourself at will. So, in order to minimize pain and suffering from disagreement, difference, you give in, you compromise. Okay, so that's President Barack Obama. He used to be anti-gayist when anti-gayism was popular. President Bill Clinton, President, I mean, hopeful, the Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton. Okay, yeah, First Lady Hillary Clinton, very beautiful lady. Okay, and also she got some good stuff too. She said, God-given talent, right? I like that. Okay, yeah, she's cool. Yeah. Very beautiful lady. Okay, so yeah, she's cool. She went to Yale Law School, whatever, right? Yeah, she was in that committee, this Washington D.C. political lawyers to impeach uh, Mr. President Nixon. Okay, so yeah, yeah, President Bill Clinton, President Barack Obama, Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton, okay, First Lady Clinton. They used to be anti-gayist, like DACA, not DACA. What's that? DOMA, Defense of Marriage Act. They signed it. They used to be anti-gayist, right? But they're politicians, right? When pro-gayism is the mainstream majoritarian view, flip-flop, right? Wishy-washy. Okay, so that's what they did. President Trump is not that different. Okay, yeah. President Trump, back in the days when he was this real estate developer mogul in Manhattan, New York, he went to this wedding of Mr. Elton John and his husband. Okay, gay wedding. He went there. He said, "Yeah, what a beautiful love." He's a pro-gayist, President Trump. Okay, so in one of those seasons, Apprentice, yeah, he also hired a gay man to be in his show. All right, so President Trump, he doesn't have that much of backbone. All right, he's businessman, politician. Okay, he just go along mainstream majoritarian. Okay, so he is not what you want him to be. Okay, he's not that ideal president. I would be. Okay, yeah, that's why I'm running for president. Okay, so anyways, so strategy number one, you try to change somebody else. Strategy number two, if you cannot change somebody else, you can. If you cannot change the world, you become one of them. Just yeah, jump in the bandwagon, join in, chime in. Okay, you become a pro-gaist. You compromise, right? President Barack Obama, President Bill Clinton, President Trump, Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton, they all used to be anti-gaysts, but now they are pro-gaysts. They compromised. They changed themselves to minimize this pain and suffering of disagreement. Okay, because you yourself, you are in control of yourself. You can change yourself, right? So yeah, in order to minimize pain and suffering from disagreement, you change yourself. You become a pro-gayist, even tattoo piercist, sugar fetishist, whatever, ultra interracialist, whatever, right? You stop resisting. Why? Disagreement, resistance, it takes too much time and energy and pain and suffering. You are busy. You have to pay mortgage, pay rent. You have to feed your dogs and cats, your spouse, your kids. So you don't have a choice. You need to keep your job. So yeah, at least you pretend that you agree with the mainstream majoritarian views. That's strategy number two. Strategy number three. So we talked about this guy changing yourself. We talked about this guy changing somebody else. Persuasion, conviction, convincing, talk him out of it, exhortation, advices. What if both fails? You cannot change somebody else. You cannot change the world or the others. And you refuse to change yourself. You just cannot do it. Gay marriage? I'm sorry. I just cannot approve gay marriage. Man and man calling each other husband, woman and woman calling each other wives. Same gender marriage. I'm sorry, I just couldn't. What did I do? I had to run away. This guy. I had to distance myself by running away. Yes. Alaska. Okay. Where else? Okay? To me, Alaska is the last America where freedom still exists. When I was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, okay, year 2015, I told my friends, hey, I'm going to Alaska. And they're like, what? Why Alaska? I didn't tell them. Year 2015, the year I graduated from law school, okay, it's at the same time it's the U.S. Supreme Court decision, okay, yeah, legalizing gay marriage, judicial review, okay, tell you something about judicial review doctrine. Very questionable, suspicious doctrine in American jurisprudence, judicial review doctrine. I'll tell you all about it. We take 5 minutes break, okay? I'll tell you all about it, okay? So, Justice John Marshall, right? American history, okay? We'll talk about it. Give me 5 minutes, please. Yeah, you you cannot change somebody else. You cannot change the world. You cannot change yourself because you just can't. Why? What do? You increase the distance to minimize this negative feeling coming from disagreement. You cannot change the world. You cannot change yourself. What do? You run away to increase the distance to make this negative emotion smaller. Like 1 over 1,000, 0.001, right? Okay. I told you this explains so many different things. Human behavior. Yeah, humanology will replace psychology, okay? One day. We take 5 minutes, okay? So Okay. So judicial review doctrine, okay, Mr. Supreme U.S. Supreme Court Justice uh, John Marshall. Okay, it has some interesting history. It's like back in the days of Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and John Adams, right? So it's born out of politics, political battle. Okay, so judicial review doctrine, what is it? Uh, in famed U.S. Supreme Court opinion, okay, ruling, Mr. Justice John Marshall, he said, "Yeah, we are the justices. Law, interpretation of U.S. Constitution, it should be up to us, the U.S. Supreme Court justices. Interpretation of Constitution, nobody can do that better than us. Justices, judges, lawyers, because we know what the law is. So that's our job. So you politicians, legislators, presidents, okay, yeah, you are, when it comes to interpretation of the US Constitution, that's our job. We know what the law is, okay? That's our specialty, okay? You presidents, governors of states, congressmen, congresswomen, senators, you're legislators, right? You make the law. You're law writers, legislators, okay, lawmakers. But when it comes to U.S. Constitution, we are the supreme authority. What law is, we know what law is because we are lawyers, ex-lawyers. We're jurists, jurisprudence. That's our specialty, okay? So you should defer to us, governors, presidents, legislators, senators, congressmen, congresswomen, okay? No matter what law you come up with, executive order, mandate, we can invalidate that because we think that's unconstitutional. Okay, we are the supreme authority when it comes to U.S. Constitution. So you will have to kneel down to us, the lawyers, judges, justices, when it comes to U.S. Constitution. Okay. Yeah, you are below us. So kneel down to us, the U.S. Supreme Court. No matter what law, executive order, mandate that you may come up with, we can declare it unconstitutional. Okay? That's the judicial review doctrine in a nutshell. Okay, so yeah, it's like this absurd alien Mr. Zod in Superman movie 2. Okay, oh, kneel down before me, you Superman, the son of whatever this Marlon Brando character. Okay, Zor-El, I guess. Yeah, son of Zor-El, Mr. Superman, Mr. Clark Kent. Yeah, kneel down before me. Okay, why? You're not a lawyer. You didn't go to law school. You didn't take bar exam. Okay. Yeah, you don't know what the law is. I do because I'm a lawyer. So you kneel down before me. Okay, and kiss my hand. That's judicial review doctrine. Okay. In a nutshell. In thespian way, we are acting. Okay, we are acting. We are novelists, writers, fictionalists. Okay, we are satirists, caricaturists, cartoonists, editorial cartoonists. Okay. So that's judicial review doctrine. How did it come about? Politics. Yeah, Mr. President John Adams, okay, he was going out. He's a lame duck president, okay. Just couple of days, couple of weeks, months before he get out of the White House. Because Thomas Jefferson, Mr. President Thomas Jefferson, he got newly elected. All right, you have Federalist Party and Republican Party. So as far as I recall, Mr. John Adams, he's a kind of Federalist. Mr. Thomas Jefferson, Republican. Okay, so the Federalist lame duck president who didn't get elected for the second term, something like that. Okay, Mr. Thomas Jefferson got elected. Okay, so just before he got out of White House, Mr. John Adams, he injected all these Federalist judges and justices in federal courts in order to empower this Federalist Party. One of them, yeah, Justice John Marshall. Okay? So, Mr. Justice John Marshall in U.S. Supreme Court, he's a very political figure, yeah, judicial activism, right? So he wanted to empower this federal court infested by Federalist judges and justices. So that's why he brazenly declared, I'm quoting from X Files, okay? He brazenly declared that U.S. Supreme Court is the ultimate authority figure when it comes to interpreting U.S. Constitution. So, you legislators, politicians, statesmen, stateswomen, governors, presidents, you make law, executive order, state law, federal law, legislators, congressmen and women, senators, okay? But we can always annul it by declaring it as unconstitutional. It's monopoly, usurpation of all the powers. It's dictatorship. Judicial review doctrine is judicial tyranny, judicial dictatorship. Too much power concentration, which itself is against U.S. Constitution. It's this fourth article, Congress. Second article, President. Third article, Judiciary in U.S. Constitution. Okay, but Mr. John Marshall, he put himself and his people, lawyers, judges, justices, as number one, not number three, but number one. Very unconstitutional. Okay, ordering matters. Okay, Congress, people's direct vote, president, indirect vote. Yeah, I go through this electoral college system, which is fantastic system. Okay, Justice Ginsburg, what does she know? Judicial activist, feminist, right? Yeah. Not a huge fan. Okay. Yeah, electoral college empowers small states like Alaska. I mean, we are biggest state, but we have smallest population density. Yeah, 3 votes. Okay. Vermont, Washington D.C., Wyoming, Montana. Okay. Yes, small ones. Okay, so empower them, equality. Okay. Yeah, that's electoral college system, right? It's not direct population-based vote. No, balancing each other. Very well balanced. This electoral college system. Okay, give small states some more voice. Okay, no direct vote. Okay, give small states more voice, some balance, diversity. So, Ms. Ginsburg. Okay, she's liberal, right? But she's not very smart. Okay, electoral college system is very much liberal. It's about diversity of states, empowering minority. It's very liberal value. But Miss Justice Ginsburg, she's liberal, but she's against liberal this electoral college system. So she is not very smart. So I'm not a huge fan of her. Okay. So let's disprove judicial review doctrine. Okay. Yeah, proof by contradiction. Okay. Self contradiction, internal inconsistency. I give you 5 minutes to do it. Okay. Some historical facts. Yeah. Who wrote the Constitution? Okay. I give you 5 minutes. Okay. So we take 5 minutes break. Uh, we'll disprove it. Okay. Judicial review doctrine. Yeah. Give me 5 minutes. So that's a history, okay? So how do we disprove the soundness of this Justice John Marshallian judicial review doctrine? Uh, who wrote the Constitution? Do you know? Who penned mostly single-handedly U.S. Constitution? Who wrote it? You know, funny thing, trying to cover my boarding spot. How about that? Not quite working, right? Whatever. Huh? Thinning hair. When I was majoring in computer science, okay, some of my college professors in computer science, okay, they would give us this in final exam, midterm exam, this extra bonus question, extra credit bonus question, okay. Who's the president? US president. It's nothing to do with computer science, okay, but as a bonus question, uh, our computer science professors, or some of them, okay, would give this extra credit question, final exam, midterm exam, extra credit bonus question. It has nothing to do with computer science, okay? Who's that president that this town is named after? I don't know. Why? I just came back to America, okay? I grew up in Seoul, South Korea until high school, 18 years old, and I just came to America, so I knew nothing about American history, okay? So I couldn't answer that question. It was James Madison, okay? Yeah, Madison, Wisconsin, okay? So I couldn't answer that question, okay? I knew nothing about American history, but since then I lived in this wonderful country for more than 2 decades, longer than I lived in Seoul, South Korea, which is like 19, 18 years, 18 years, less than 2 decades, okay? I'm 41 years old, so I lived in America longer than I lived in Korea, okay? So, yeah, by now, yeah, I know things about American history. But back then, I couldn't answer that question, so I didn't get any extra credit. But I got an A because, I worked very hard, computer science, okay? All my computer science classes, I got A's, okay? I loved it. Yeah, data structure, what? Linked list, stack, queue, array. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. I really enjoy those classes, okay? Yeah, you have synchronous system, you have parallel CPU, you have concurrent program running, okay, just time switching, like this time sharing, binary numbers, encryption, decoding, whatever, right? Encoding, encryption key, public key, whatever, right? Network, you have end to end principle, whatever. Yeah, database, SQL, yeah, MIPS, machine language. I really enjoy those classes. Okay, back to jurisprudence. All right, so Mr. James Madison, he never become a Was he? Yeah, he's actually president, right? Yeah, Federalist, I think. All right. Yeah, President John Adams, Federalist. President Thomas Jefferson and Justice John Marshall. I don't know. Yeah, Justice John Marshall, Federalist, right? President Thomas Jefferson, yeah, Republican Party, right? And they call it Democratic Republican Party nowadays, but no, it's just Republican Party, okay? Democrats, they don't want to be excluded, so they renamed the party. Okay? But it's just Republican Party. Okay, these people, right? Because Wikipedia is so liberal, right? So they're too left leaning. Okay. Okay. So Mr. James Madison, he was not a lawyer, but he penned single-handedly the U.S. Constitution. Okay. U.S. Constitution was not written by a lawyer or judge or justice. It was written by Mr. James Madison, and he was not a lawyer. He studied some law, some elective classes, but no, he was not a lawyer. If U.S. Constitution was written by non-lawyer, then the supreme authority to interpret what this U.S. Constitution mean, what it means, it should not be lawyer either. It should be the president, congressmen, congresswomen, and senators. Okay, not U.S. Supreme Court justices, not ex-lawyers. So that's a disproof of the famed, venerable, legendary judiciary doctrine, which was born in this political quagmire, partisanship. Okay, so when United States Supreme Court in 2015, when they brazenly declare gay marriage is legal, anti-gay marriage laws are unconstitutional, I had to run away. I could not change the world. I did try. I wrote some almost 200 pages, submit to law review journals. They rejected that, so I just published online. I was an activist when I was in law school. I made this license plate because in Michigan, you don't have to put front back license plate. You should put it at the back of the car, but on the front, it's not required. So I took advantage of that. I said like moral anti-gayism. I designed this license plate and I put it on the front side of my car. I went to some this student event and I custom ordered my T-shirt that says moral anti-gayism. I tried to change the world. I went to Yahoo Answers and they banned me. They silenced me. Why? I guess somebody complained about me being an anti-gayist. So they got rid of my account. Answers, Yahoo Answers, okay. I did my best to change the world. But I couldn't change the world. And I could not change myself. Yeah, this Eminem music video, right? Yeah, the Slim Shady. Yeah, he was kind of anti-gayist back then, right? But later on, he appeared to in this movie interview. It's about North Korea, right? And he kind of knelt down to this gayism. He said, as an actor, right? Character, yeah, I'm gay, right? He said that, so yeah, Hollywood, right? DC, they compromise, right? Why? Because they're busy. They want to keep their jobs, right? They want to appease the public, so they just go along, right? But I couldn't. Why? I'm Christian, conservative, Republican, okay? So I just could not change myself. And I could not change the world. I had to run away. So I came to Alaska. As an ideological exile, refugee, asylum. political asylum case. Okay. So I came to Alaska about 5 years ago. Okay, I came, looked around. There's like nobody, empty. It was something very different. Okay, so I loved it. Okay, I still love it. Okay, Alaska being so empty, like being alone with God, the nature, the universe, solitude, quietness. There was something very new. So I found my peace in Alaska. Look around me. There's nobody. There's nothing. Just empty walls. Yeah. In this coronavirus situation, yeah, streets are empty, parking lots are empty. Okay, so it's like it kind of good old Alaska. Okay, good old Alaska. Okay, I like it. All right. Yeah. But that was not the only reason that I came to Alaska. Okay, when I was in law school, okay, yeah, I watched all these Alaskan TV shows, documentaries. I was so fascinated. Nature, people living with bears and moose, bald eagles and owls and lynx. I've never seen lynx, but I heard some stories about lynx. Okay, yeah, bobcats, right? Yeah, we have that in Alaska. Okay, but I've never seen one. Okay, so I saw on TV, but agile hunter. Okay, yeah, very ghostly looking with this pointy ear hair, right? Yeah, I've seen some bears. Yeah, I've seen black bears. Yeah, in the zoo. Yeah, I saw some polar bears and grizzly bears, but only in the zoo. All right. Yeah, but Alaska is, yeah, it's a very cool place. Many reasons that I came to Alaska. Okay, yeah. So that's my Alaskan story. Okay, why I came here. Uh, but many people come to Alaska for the same reasons. Okay, I heard about this phrase, these sentences. Yeah, they cannot change the world. The world they cannot change. So yeah, they came to Alaska as an ideological refuge, political asylum. Okay, to run away from it all, to get away from it all. Okay, it's just not my story. Okay, it's many Alaskans. We share the same stories. Okay, so I mean, X File episode. Okay, what agua mala, bad water, right? Yeah, they say yeah, all the nuts roll down to Florida, right? Yeah, it's an interesting phrase. But Alaska, yeah, we just fly away to be free, right? So many Alaskans came to Alaska for that very reasons. Okay, so I'm just one of them. Yeah. Okay. Night is old. Okay, what time is it? Like 11 o'clock by now, and I gotta eat. Well, 10:30. Okay, so we just wrap it up here. Okay, so I gotta finish watching this movie, uh, The Fall. Right. We'll take 5 minutes break. Let me tell you something about that movie. Okay, so just, I don't want to be a spoiler. Okay, go ahead, stop this episode and watch that movie. Yeah, The Fall by Indian American director. Very talented guy. Okay, also very handsome man too. Okay, yeah, Mr. Tarzan. All right, so yeah, ingenious. Okay, so after 5 minutes break, I will tell you about that movie. Okay, so spoiler alert. Go ahead, stop this episode, watch it yourself. Right? Otherwise, I tell you. Okay. Yeah. One of the best movies ever made. All right. It's something else. So, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. So, or 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm cooking my dinner, so yeah, something more about Justice Ginsburg. Okay, I mean, when I was writing this novel series using different pen name, yeah, I kind of made fun of her. Okay, but here it's public domain, so I cannot quite do that. Okay, so yeah, but in my novel, what I said was a good old goose, Darth Vader, Justice G. Okay, I said something like that. Okay, so yeah, there's some memes, editorial cartoons about that. Darth Vader, Justice G. Good old goose. Well, it's something I came up with. Okay, so good old goose, Justice G. Alright, whatever. And yeah, because I was very critical of Justice Ginsburg when I was in law school, and I voiced out my opinion. Because VMI, this Virginia Military Institute decision, I didn't like that, right? So I said in constitutional law class, yeah, judicial activism. Okay, Justice Ginsburg, she used to be an activist, feminist. So once she becomes a justice in U.S. Supreme Court, she's still activist. Yeah, now judicial activist. Judicial activism is something very frowned upon because judges, justices, they are supposed to be neutral politically, right? But maybe we are asking too much. No, nobody, no human being, Homo sapiens, we cannot be politically neutral. Yeah, Justice Scalia, he was judicial activist too. Justice Thomas, Justice Gorsuch, Justice Kavanaugh, yeah, they are judicial activists, conservative side, right? Yeah, Justice Alito, yeah, conservatism, and Justice Kagan, Justice Sotomayor, Justice Ginsburg, Justice Kennedy, they are more liberal side, right? Because we are human being, Homo sapiens, whether you are pastor, pope, president, judges, justices, we are political animals, okay? You don't become a saint just because you become pope, pastor, teacher, president, judge, justice. We are only human, right? So, yeah, we got our own agendas. Okay, so VMI, yeah, this Virginia Military Institute. Okay, I didn't like that decision because that's the prime climax of Justice Ginsburg's judicial career to overturn, to declare it unconstitutional. Okay, it's all male school, right? I'm like, well, you know what? When I was in Fort Benning, Georgia, it was all male basic combat training. Nowadays, I heard it's co-ed, right? Then we don't get as much discipline because when we are all guys, soldiers, we get more discipline because they are not easy on us, drill sergeants. Okay, so we get more discipline that way. But when there are female soldiers, I mean, drill sergeants, they're kind of nice to these female soldiers, okay? So we don't get as much discipline compared to otherwise all male school. Back in the days in America, high school used to be all male or all female. Some of them are still like that, right? Back in the days in Korea, yeah, middle school, high school, all males or all females. We get more discipline that way, alright? So gender separation is not gender discrimination, no. It has a purpose, discipline, alright? It's Justice Ginsburg, she doesn't understand, okay? So, I'm sure she worked very hard. She was in Columbia, Harvard, law school, whatever, right? She's a very hardworking, very diligent person, the feminist heroes. So I vocally criticize her in front of everybody. So some of my female feminist classmates in Ann Arbor, Michigan Law School, some of them didn't like me very much. Okay, but I take my chances. I roll the dice. I take my chances with Jesus. Okay, so that's why I did what I did. Activism. But my kind and generous alma mater law school, okay, uh, they let me graduate. They did not kick me out. Okay, there were some complaints. Yeah, from pro-gaysts, from pro-feminists. Yeah, the liberals. Because I just got out of the U.S. Army, okay, which used to be a very conservative organization. I was trained in Georgia, stationed in Texas, Southern America. Okay, so I kind of became very conservative. I just got out of the U.S. Army after 4 years of service, active duty, as a junior enlisted soldier, E4 specialist, uh, helicopter electrician. All right, I deployed to Afghanistan for a year. Okay, never saw combat though. Never got outside the base because we were in the safest place in Afghanistan. Okay, I cannot tell you where. All right, it's this nation, international national security. Okay, but yeah, we were never once attacked. No mortar for the whole year. Okay, we got along. I was lucky. All right. Yeah, so I got out of the U.S. Army after 4 years of service, and I went to Michigan Law School. And but I met some good feminists, females. Some of my best friends are feminists, females. Okay, yeah, I even dated some. Right? Oh, they're fantastic. Okay, let me reheat my microwave. Rotisserie chicken from Walmart leftover. Okay, so all right. So yeah, like good cops, bad cops, good feminists, bad feminists. Okay, I've seen them all. All right, so yeah, let's talk about this movie, The Fall. Yeah, it's about this underdog, this stunt doubles. Okay, and this guy got injured. All right, disabled. He fell. Yeah, that's what they do, right? Stunt doubles. Yeah, for entertainment, to make movies. Okay, so it's about appreciation of those unsung heroes, stunt doubles, underdogs. Okay, so it's there's something very profound, very humane, humanism in that movie. So I love that movie. Okay, so I love that movie. Okay, so I'm gonna finish watching that. All right, so yeah, so he's bedridden, disabled, and somewhat suicidal too. Okay, and he met this girl who happened to be in that hospital. Later on, it turned out that she was his daughter. Okay, so from previous marriage. Okay, so yeah, so this daughter and father they didn't know. Later on, they learned father and daughter. Okay, so so yeah, he this injured, disabled actor, stuntman, right, stunt double. He would tell these stories to his daughter, but they didn't know their father and daughter. Later on, they found out. Okay, so he would tell this story to this his daughter, Okay, this epic saga. I mean, I'm quoting from this movie, Under the Fire, or so, In the Line of Fire, or something. Okay, so yeah, it's so beautifully filmed. The cinematography and the music, casting, acting, directing, writing. Oh, it just came together so perfectly, right? I mean, there are some scenes that I don't like, but mostly, yeah, it was superb. Okay, they should have won Academy Award, Oscar. Okay, Best Picture of the Year. Yeah, Oscar people, they should retroactively award them Best Picture of the Year. Okay, because it was a big mistake they didn't award this movie. Okay, yeah, yeah. Be creative, do something new. Okay, retroactive award. Okay, that's something new, right? Oh yeah, we made mistake. Okay, we all humans. Okay, we only human. All right. Quoting from this Friedrich Nietzsche, German philosopher. We are only human, also human. Okay, we make mistakes. Okay, so let's correct our mistake. Yeah, retroactive awarding best picture of the year. Yeah, Mr. Tarzan, best director. Uh, the movie The Fall. Yeah, best picture of the year. Retroactively speaking, they should do that. Okay, correct their mistakes. That's my recommendation. Yeah, so his daughter convinced him not to commit suicide. Okay, so they live together forever and after as a father and daughter. Okay, so that's the story. So amazing actors, very beautiful actresses, handsome actors, all different races. You have blacks, whites, Indians, and some brown people. Okay, it's amazingly cast casting, acting, directing, writing, cinematography, music, sound, lighting. It was so well done. Okay, so yeah, there's some couple of scenes I didn't like, but well, some minor details. But by and large, it's one of the best movies ever I have ever seen. One of the best movies. Some other movies, uh, this black and white movie, Sunset Street. It's about an actress whose fame was big actress, but who got old. Okay, she got a lot of money, legacy, but she's no longer young. Okay, it's about that story. Okay, so the director, what's his name? He's a very famous Hollywood director. Okay, I don't remember his name. Yeah, what? 7 years each. The Marilyn Monroe subway, wind blowing. She's covering her skirt. Yeah, it's that director. Okay, so but this movie Sunset Street in Hollywood. What's that? Sunset Boulevard, right? Let me look up his name. Sunset Boulevard movie. 1950. Okay. Billy Wilder. Yeah, Mr. Billy Wilder. Okay. 7 years each. Marilyn Monroe, right? Yeah. Subway, wind blowing, horse cart, iconic, right? Yeah, he got some Academy Awards. Good. Yeah, very profuse, very fecund, productive. He made many movies. Okay. Sunset Boulevard, 1950, and 7 year each. Right, that's Marilyn Monroe. Okay. 1955. Okay. He lived a long, productive life. The Private Life of Sherlock Holmes, 1970. Hmm. Wondering what the plot summary that is. I gotta watch this movie. Okay. Private Life of Sherlock Holmes. No, no, it's all made up. It's works of man. I'm not gonna watch this movie. Okay, so it's not like other Conan Doyle. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Sherlock Holmes series. Also, even bigger fan of Arsène Lupin, Monsieur, Moche, Leblanc, Maurice Leblanc. Okay, French. Yeah, the gentleman and burglar. Okay, I'm more bigger fan of this Arsène Lupin than Sherlock Holmes. Anyways, yeah, I like Superman movies, Star Wars movies. Back in the days, old school. Okay, so Goonies, right? It has nothing to do with Mr. Director Steven Spielberg. Okay. Also, Robert Zemeckis, Bob Gale. Yeah, Back to the Future. Executive producer Mr. Steven Spielberg. No, he, he just to enhance the credits. That's all. I guess he's a nice guy, Mr. Steven Spielberg. Okay, he ultra internationalist, so I don't like him very much. Okay, but his movies like E.T., what Indiana Jones, I'm not a huge fan. Alright. Jurassic Park, not a huge fan. Alright. I'm a huge fan of John Williams, his music, those Steven Spielberg movies. I don't really care for it. Okay, so but I guess he's a nice guy. Okay, to visit the film set, The Goonies, you know, the Back to the Future. Okay, as a producer credit, but it's just helping out the underdogs. Okay, so I guess Mr. Spielberg was a nice guy. Okay, helping out these struggling directors. Yeah. What other movies do I like? What other movies do you like? But I cannot hear you. Okay, camera is one way direction. Okay, all I see is myself in this laptop screen when I'm filming this. Okay, so yeah. So we got our job done, right? Uh, the propagation of ideologies. Okay, it's not social distancing, but running away to minimize this pain and suffering from disagreement. The world you cannot change, and you cannot change yourself. What do? You run away to increase the distance. Like 1 over 1000 is 0.01, 0.001, whatever. Okay. Yeah, three different strategies, three different variables. Your opinion, somebody else's opinion, and the distance. Okay? One single equation explains many, many different things. Right? So we achieved our goal to go over this humanological concept over this weekend. And tomorrow is Monday, so I gotta get back to work. I gotta eat my food and gold box conjecture. Yeah, I'm not quite ready for that. Okay, it's too heavy, too many numbers. At some point, we'll get back to it. Gold box conjecture. Okay, because I don't think we are too far away from proving it. Okay, so it's our moral and ethical obligation to continue gold box conjecture proof. Okay, or disproof. All right, we'll continue. Okay, but maybe not tomorrow. I don't feel I'm ready to get back to that. All right, we'll get back to that eventually after we take some break from it. Okay, so most likely tomorrow, Monday, we'll do some humanology, maybe copiumology, copium account, copium channel, resistance. Those are very important topics. Okay? Hyperventilation, take a deep breath. Good for your lung and diaphragm, right? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you, good night. Be good, be safe, okay? Be happy, healthy, pretty, alright? Thank you. See you tomorrow. God bless you.